In this video, I'm going to be taking these Pokemon and combining them with these famous brands to create the best Pokemon products you've ever seen. Ultimately, I want to make a design with the legendary Articuno, so come with me on this journey to catch one.
Alright, we're going to go find an Articuno to go design with, so let's go.
For the mighty Articuno.
Yeah?
You'll need a strong Pokemon to protect yourself. I've got some beauties over here. Come take a look. Feast your eyes. Yeah, so I got the Charmander, I've got the Squirtle, I've got the Charmander.
Guess I'll take the Charmander.
Perfect!
Yeah, I can work with this.
I started off with nothing but a Nike logo and a dream. I then used the pencil tool to draw some flames that are engulfing the logo, and here I ended up with what will be the simplest logo of this video. For this particular collaboration, I felt that it was necessary to use shoes as the product that I would be going with, and I wanted to do Air Max 90, so I looked at some popular colorways to see kind of which direction I could go with that. I then found a template on Photoshop and I slapped some nice cool flames on there again. And I used this Charizard color scheme that I found off of Google and played around with different color combinations until ultimately I came up with this. So now that I had a product, I needed to find out how to make an advertisement for this in Nike style. I wanted something that was bold but still minimal. So I used their font, their typical italicized Nike font, and in the background I wrote Charizard and then edited a bit to make it a background element. And now, I felt like this design wasn't cool enough at this point. Like I felt like I could just grab it by the ankles and shake it just to get some loose change out of its pocket, steal its lunch money, you know? And so I decided to add more flames to it. Because, you know, everybody knows that more flames means that it's more cool. So the design had gotten too cool, and it was kind of like that Spider-Man moment where he stands up to the bully and just kind of beats the shit out of him, and it did that to me, and so I had to remove the flames. For the background instead, I decided to go with outlining the text and then having a slightly darker than the orange and a blurred version in the background just to give it some texture and some more visual interest. Lastly, I added some branding for both Pokemon and Nike just to showcase the collab, and the final image is done. I also felt like I wanted to do more with the logo that I created, so I also decided to make a t-shirt that would kind of drop with the shoe, and it's just the exact same branding, I just changed it with a t-shirt that I found. Overall, I was really happy with how this turned out, so let's go back to finding that Articuno. If you've gotten this far in the video, I want you to leave a comment about which Pokemon you would not hesitate to eat in a survival situation.
Now that we're finished with the Charizard, let's go find the Articuno.
Here I embarked on my journey where I crossed difficult terrain in multiple climates for days on end. And here I found some red tape warning me of an endless chasm I could easily slip into, but I maneuvered over it with my pristine athletic ability. And I continued my journey over great rivers, and I felt like somebody was following me. But I continued. I was so dehydrated looking for water for days when I finally came to a water source. I knew I had to find it soon. Ooh, a leaf. As the day was coming to an end when I encountered something menacing.
Wait, how tall is Gengar supposed to be?
Anyways, my idea for this logo was to have the Adidas logo engulfed by these purple clouds as if Gengar was kind of taking over the brand. So I started off by using these circles to create a cloud shape and then used the Pathfinder tool to merge them into creating one cloud shape. And then I turned it purple to match Gengar's color scheme. Next, I wanted to add some bold strokes to... No, I don't need that. Anyways, as I was saying, I wanted to add some black lines to... Come on, I said I don't need that. Anyways, I added some thick black lines, and then I used the pencil to give it some swirly lines, give it some visual interest, And I didn't need that tool, but I got it done. So next, I added a thick black outline around Gengar to give it some more depth, make it so that he really stands out from the clouds. And to really have it like the clouds were engulfing the logo, I needed to add a few clouds in front of the Adidas logo just to kind of give it that extra bit of dimension. And after I did this, I really felt like the design was starting to come along. And lastly, to make the Adidas stand out more, I decided to just change it to white, get rid of these other colors I had, and this is the final Gengar logo. Next, I found this pretty cool vintage looking Adidas jacket that I wanted to put the logo on, so I took away the original logo so that way I could throw mine on there. I changed the color scheme to match the logo that I was going for, and you'd think that changing colors of something would be the easiest thing I can do in Photoshop, considering that's like the first thing everyone learns, but I ended up literally just getting the brush tool and painting over whatever area I wanted to change the color of. And I don't know why I struggled so much to do this. I'm sure there are a million other ways to do this more efficiently, but this is the way I ended up doing it. Eventually, after messing around with the colors a bit, this is the final product that I came up with. All right, I think that's enough. This is the design. Okay, and now that the jacket's done, it's time to make an ad for it like I did with the previous design. My goal was to basically just put it in a spooky forest with Gengar there, make it kind of creepy, and that's just what I did. And to make it match, I just made the forest purple. 4 points. So here I used a really scientific method involving color theory to make sure that I had the exact purple that I needed. Basically, I just clicked around a bunch till I thought it looked good. And to make it a little bit more spooky, I decided to add Gengar's eyes as if they're like peering behind the bush, like they're hiding. And then I added this 3D rendering of Gengar that I found online and changed the shadows and the lighting a bit just to match the rest of the environment. And I decided to add some glow around the eyes just to give it a little bit extra visual interest. And I finalized the design by adding some smoke, some haze, and a camera raw filter. And here's the final product. Overall, this one's pretty cool. I think I might have overdone it a bit with some filters, but I was happy with the final result. You guys let me know what you think. Now let's go back to finding that Articuno.
Yeah, this is it.
There it is!
It's me. I'm the freaking Articuno.
We caught the Articuno. Looks a little different than I imagined, but anyways. To start off, I wanted to take the North Face logo and make a subtle effect just to point at the fact that Articuno is an ice type. So I added a snowflake in the O, and it's not even something that you can see from far, but it's just giving a little subtle effect to it. Next, I used this effect that I saw on TikTok to get a color scheme from any image. So I got this picture of Articuno and I turned it into a mosaic. And then from here, I selected which colors I wanted to use moving forward for the rest of the design. And at this point, I asked my girlfriend, who's also the editor, for advice on the logo, and I made sure to leave her very honest review for how she felt about my design in there just to keep me and the logo humble. So now I needed to include Articuno in the logo somehow, so I found this image online of Articuno and I image traced it just to have it as a vector moving forward. And here I made it so that way the Articuno was kind of flying and landing on top of the logo, so I made it so the talons were looking like they were kind of resting on top of it. And now the final North Face and Articuno logo is done. I wanted to have the logo embroidered on the hoodie, so I found this mock-up online where you could just throw the logo on and it gives it this embroidered texture and kind of some depth on it. So I just took that embroidered logo, slapped it on the white hoodie, and just added some colored stripes going across the chest. So along with another beanie that I made, I took these final products and I put it on an ad that it's kind of sort of in the brand of North Face, but really just something that I liked. And here's how that turned out. So this one might actually be my favorite. This would be the product that I would flock to buy if any of these were real. But anyways, let me know which one was your favorite and enjoy the funny dancing monkey.